This is Andrew for CollectionDX.com taking a look at a very cool independent toy project by David White of Mecha Zone. So some of you out there may remember the NES classic Metal Storm, or known in Japan as Jurokusoko Metal Storm, or Gravity Armor Metal Storm. And this is a game starring a little robot guy called the M-308 Gunner. There's never really been a toy of the M-308 Gunner. Closest we saw to that was these custom-built models used in promotional material like the Nintendo Power article and ads for the game itself. So what Dave has done is he's used his 3D printer to create what he is calling the Metal Gunner. And this is basically a custom 3D printed toy of the M-308 Gunner from Metal Storm. Comes packaged in a little baggie with a nice header card, and it also comes with a very nice art print done by David White, and it looks really, really good. And also, full disclosure, David White is a friend of mine, so you know, I'm gonna be excited to see him do something cool like this. So don't accuse me of any bias or anything. This is actually a very, very nice piece. I'm just going to get everything out here. So you get the main Metal Gunner figure. You get a static figure. This is a mini version of the enemy walkers from the game. And the most important thing, a little armor power-up. You can see it says A on there. Done in an actual kind of pixely style. And if you remember in the game, especially if you played the American version, the robot was kind of like orange for the most part. So when you got the armor power up, you just put a lot of little tiny red accents on it. And it was really hard to see. Then I played the Japanese version. It's like, oh, the robot's white, more like the actual game art. So yeah, and then you can see the armor power up much easier. And one more thing about this power up, it does look nice. I mean, it's a tiny little plastic chip. I wish it had like a stand though, because it just kind of falls down all the time. So anyway, I'll put that aside for now. The enemy walker, again, it's a static figure, but it's a nice little representation of the enemy from the game. Very, very smooth. What Dave and a lot of my other friends who do 3D printed toys usually do with their figures is they give them an acetone vapor bath, and that basically sort of slightly melts the plastic and smooths over the printing lines to kind of give you this very shiny, glossy finish, while still making the figure nice and smooth and not really losing a lot of detail either. So that's that, and now on to the main figure. So again, this is a custom, handmade, more or less, 3D printed toy, and it's a nice representation of the M-308 Gunner. It's about 3 inches tall. Just some quick size comparisons to show you here. Here it is next to the Assault Kingdom Zeta Gundam, and here it is with Combiner Wars Power Glide. So, it's a decent sized figure for what you get. Very nice desktop toy, very hand candy like. And another size comparison real quick, appropriately. Here it is next to a Nintendo controller. So yeah, this does feel like something that could have actually come out back in the day. Just a nice like semi-posable M-308 figure. But it's nice. It looks just like the M-308 should, although it borrows more from the design seen in the model and the little illustration on the box art and all that. Not so much in game, because in game it was kind of more organic and slightly different looking, but still, it's the M-308 Gunner. You can recognize that. So he's got 9 points of articulation, which includes ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed ankles. He's got a swivel waist, and also his 2 wing pods can move all around as well. So not the most dynamic figure, but still very nice. I mean, the joints are nice, really tight. He's got a lot of character because it's a very unique design as far as even video game main mecha is concerned. And the joints are tight, so if you want, you can totally have him up on one foot. So very, very cool. And if he's tired, you can just have him sit down. So not a whole lot else to say about it other than it's cool because, hey, it's the robot from Metalstorm, and Metalstorm is an awesome game. And also I noticed that, I'm not sure if this was intentional, but part of the design has these little holes on top. And if you're feeling adventurous and have some kind of Thomasy stage or a similar kind of stage, you can totally stick him up here. And it might help if you just kind of balance things a little bit more. Basically, what I'm trying to do is actually have him, well, yeah, but if you do this, or maybe just use the figure clamps, you can totally have this guy going upside down, as if he was doing a gravity flip in the game. So, no real complaints other than, you know, I would have liked to have seen this painted up, but again, this is a one-man operation, so yeah, there's only so much you can do by yourself. Actually, one of my other friends, Ben, or Prometheum5 of Prometheus Writing Studios, he also makes 3D printed toys with a similar printer, actually, and he actually tries to paint his figures as much as he can, but this was more like $69 when I bought it from him, and this is going to be $19.99 when the pre-orders go up on July 30th. So please check out the link to Storenvy, stay right there, which I'm going to put right here. And so yeah, anyway, this is really cool. I love seeing my friends make their dream projects come true with 3D printing, and there's a lot of talent between them, so they all have their own different styles and ideas. I was very happy to see that David was doing this because we're kind of from a similar era of video gaming, and you know, Metalstorm was one of my favorites growing up, and still, it's a really, really cool game by Rem. They make R-Type. Anyways, this has been Andrew for CollectionDX.com. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out this and all of David White's other 3D printed toy projects at his Mecha Zone Storenvy website. Man, I love this game. Woohoo!